Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I am going to call in Archangel Michael to clear, cleanse this space, fall negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home and hearts, placing the white light, our protection on us with his blue seal. And we are also going to call in the Pleiadians because we are going to be reading out of my Pleiadian Principles for Living. A guide to accessing dimensional energies, communicating with the Pleiadians, and navigating these changing times. And we're still finishing up chapter 1, redefining your relationship to your human self, being human and being sacred. As I spent time with this information, I discovered a huge internal separation within me, and my next step was introspection, self-examination for all the things I was holding against myself. Each day I would take one item from my long list and hold myself, reminding myself I was imperfectly perfect and that I came here to learn through my mistakes. I would remind myself that I was not responsible for anyone else's experience. As I did this, I could feel the huge tight ball inside of me loosen slightly. I could feel the importance of working together towards holding myself with love and compassion for all that I had suffered within the experience, and I was working on. Each moment that I was able to successfully hold myself with love and compassion, I was accumulative. I didn't know how long this process was going to take. I just committed to learning about me, my vulnerabilities, and my fears. One day I was completed a moment of holding myself, and an amazing thing happened. There was an explosion of light, and Mother Mary was standing beside of me. Behind my cross was burning. It was the moment my internal ball intertwined and collapsed, and the separation ended inside of me. I was filled with the glorious truth of my life, knowing that everyone had played their parts perfectly so that I could have my learning experiences. And that is why we are not meant to judge other people and hold grudges against other people, because those people signed up to teach you lessons. And more than likely, those are people that love you the most, that came here on earth to help to teach you those lessons. So the people that trigger you the most are actually people that are truly trying to help you to heal what needs to be healed within you. So let your triggers guide you. Allow them, what am I meant to learn from this? Surrender that to God and ask God, what am I meant to learn from being triggered right now? Is it something that I need to work on that I'm doing myself? Or is it something that I'm denying myself of doing that I need to start doing? I was filled with joy and the truth of knowing that everyone had played their parts perfectly so that I could have my learning experience. I was filled with joy and exhilaration beyond anything that I had ever experienced. The beauty of that moment is still with me, and the truth of that moment transformed me that way that I live each moment, each and every day. I didn't need to work down my whole list as I had imagined. I had just reached a point for that tight ball of twine to loosen, and then I was able to transform and liberate myself from the separation within, and my cross burned behind me. This birthing process was such a glorious moment, and it continues to unfold even now, years later. The truth doesn't leave you when you get to that pure truth. It continues to evolve through you. There's tremendous love that begins to naturally birth through every one of my cells, opening up to me a powerful self-healing process. This was a natural result of my transformation, and I encourage each one of you to begin your list to open your next step of your journey. There is no greater reason to do this than self-love. Take a breath, claim yourself and your humanity. It makes all things possible. Allow experiences as learning experiences. Allow everything else in your life to be just rest. So That's truly beautiful. And I completely understand what they're saying in this. And it's just really the realization that God is in us all. And, you know, here on this planet, we really like to think of dark and light and the shadow and the light. And that, you know, people are negative and bad, or people are good and positive. But what if I were to tell you we all have that within us all? And most of the time that you are seeing anything, like I said earlier, it's just so that you can heal what needs to be healed within you. Once you heal it, you will no longer get that trigger from that person. So it's not that person, it's the healing that needs to be done within you. And this is very difficult. You know, we have an ego here on the 3D matrix, and that's difficult to transcend. I am very far along on my journey, and I still have that ego popping in. You know, it's almost like it has to get that word in. But I tell it to take a back seat, and I tell it is only allowed to become one with my higher self. And I surrender it to God to ask for his help and assistance, because we are all one, and whatever you're putting out is coming right back to you. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.